I'm Sarah Prescott and I work in special collections at the University of Leeds. I'm going to show you something very special from our collection of 19th century manuscripts. And this is from our collection of Mrs Gaskell manuscripts. And what we're looking at today is the nearly complete manuscript for Gaskell's novel Sylvia's Lovers. It's incredibly rare to have something like this in our possession. It's an amazing object itself. This is the moment that Gaskell created this work, but it can tell us so much about Gaskell as a writer and her method of writing. In some ways, people might argue that this isn't very interesting. This is the manuscript, and this is just a tiny part of the manuscript. We have a lot more of it. This is the manuscript that Gaskell sent to the printer, so it's very close to the printed version. In fact, you see here we have Gaskell's directions to the printer. Mrs Gaskell would be much obliged to the printer and so gives them instructions. But yeah, there's still material for the student at Gaskell to really get their teeth into. If I turn this page and that page, here we go. So this is a page from quite early on in the text, and it's fairly clean, but we can see a few changes and annotations in it. So even at this late stage, just as this material was being sent to the printer, we know Gaskell was still making changes. And something quite interesting about the changes that she makes in this manuscript is they're mostly alterations to dialect words. So at this stage, Gaskell's still trying to get the dialect, which for Sylvia's Lovers is a northeastern dialect. She's trying to get that accurate, and she's paying a lot of care and attention to that. So it's an absolutely fascinating item. Something else that's interesting about this is we don't have evidence of any earlier drafting that Gaskell might have done. In fact, we're not even sure that she would have written an earlier draft. It's believed that Gaskell would sit down and write the novel straight out, and scholars do think that that's how she worked and how she created her novels that you can still read today.